Hello, hello. How is everyone today? Happy Wednesday. It is hump day. We are getting through the week. I have one day left of school this week. One day left, and then it is spring break for me. So I am very excited. And tomorrow is going to be a bit of a kooky day because we've got a lot of things going on over the day. Like we have assemblies and all kinds of crazy stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Let me make sure that, am I too loud? I can't tell if I'm really loud or not. I feel like I'm really loud. Okay, y'all have to let me know if that's better. Because I felt like I was real loud there for a second. Let me know if you guys can hear me, if you guys can figure out what I'm saying. Let me know. Anyway, so today I've got a lot of work stuff I gotta do before I can do any fun stuff because my kids just finished a project that I need to do grading for, and then I have to send off an email about some stuff for a student that I have that I would like to implement, and I have some other like little stuff to do, and then once those things are done, I can take off one of the things I had on my list, which was to print the rubrics, so I can say that the second thing is done. So I already have one thing ticked off my list, which is good. So yay! Love that for me. Love that for me very much. So, anyway, I've got the email is first and foremost my biggest thing. I'm going to do that first because I've got a lot of stuff I need to do with that. I have to basically like outline this plan I have for a student because that I'm going to implement starting after we get back from spring break, because like the student has a hard time with getting work done, but I seem to be currently the person that he doesn't hate right now. So I'm hoping that with what we've got set up for him currently, I can encourage him to get his work done, to be able to do some things that he wants to do, if that makes sense. Basically, hopefully, having that one-on-one time with someone he doesn't have an issue with will encourage him to want to get some work done. So we'll see. We shall see. But then I also got to make dinner tonight and stuff. The husband is in class tonight, so we'll be going till basically he gets home. So, yep. So how is everyone? What's everyone up to? What have you got planned? For those of you that are new, I'll introduce myself. So my name is Gabby. I go by the moniker of the Curious Owl. I dual stream here on Twitch and YouTube on Wednesdays and Fridays, from 5 p.m. EST to about 9 p.m. and then Fridays from 8 p.m. EST to about 12 a.m. Basically, we do cozy productivity, reading sprints, whatever you would like to do. If you are over on Twitch, you are able to utilize the super sweet task list, the bot that is available with all of the commands and stuff over on the side. If you are over on YouTube, unfortunately, you do not have access to this, but you are more than welcome to share with me what you are working on, what you are doing, and I am more than happy to chat with you about what's going on with that. So, anywhoozles, yeah, it's just been, today has been such an overstimulating day. Like, I had so many things happening, and I'm just very annoyed with some people, and I'm very annoyed with how some things are being done, that I'm just like, "Ruh." So it is what it is, unfortunately. Bring up my volume just a little bit, see if that's, yeah, you guys are gonna have to let me know if you hear anything, because like I am just talking to myself at this point. I don't know whether y'all can hear me. I don't know whether y'all can understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. But yeah, so we'll get started with our first sprint here in a couple minutes. I do need to plug my computer in because I know that after I get done with yabbering and get started with the next sprint, I'm gonna need to plug it in because this battery is great, but when I do too many things at one time, tends to lose its charge, and I have yarn that is just stuck in between the wall and the couch. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna mute myself for just 1 second while I get these projects out. So the project that my students just finished doing, so I run our social studies lessons. I do the majority of the lessons anymore, and I have been since like November, basically. Like I do math, ELA, social studies, spelling content. I also do our AR content, our accelerated reader content, basically, and various other things. But I also do our social studies content, and we just finished up with really looking at maps and how like things like map, like the most important elements that maps have, which are like their title, their key or their legend, the compass rose that's on them, and then also their scale for like the distance of things. And so my students just finished with making their own maps. They're all nice and folded, and so I need to grade them because I have rubrics here for all of them, for things that I'm looking for, which really is like the most important thing, having like all the elements there that they need, and then like making sure everything is legible, everything is clear, stuff like that. So I'm excited because I finally can be done with this, and then starting tomorrow, we're not gonna like get heavy into any content because tomorrow is the last day before spring break. So what we're going to do is just kind of like get their feet wet with basically looking at latitude and longitude, and more specifically like in terms of like figuring out coordinates on maps and being able to like say, okay, where is this dot? What are the coordinates of it? You know, or what are like the approximate coordinates of it? I'm not going to expect them to be like 39.238, you know, kind of degrees north or whatever. It's going to be more of like, okay, so it is closer to 45 degrees north than it is 30 degrees north. So we're going to like say it's 45 degrees north, you know, something like that, you know, and I'm excited because that also means I can teach my kids how to play Battleship. So, and I know that some kids really like to play Battleship and some do not, but tomorrow what we're going to do is kind of like get them introduced to the idea of like calling things out, like whether it's going to be on the north side of something or on the south side of something or west or east, and then we'll get to play Battleship. I'm excited. I think my kids are going to have so much fun with it. All right, let me get this plugged in. Go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with our first sprint here in just a moment. Okay, yep, it's plugged in and it's charging. So what we do here, if you're new, is we do 50-minute sprints with 10-minute cooldowns for yapping, chatting, whatever it is you want to call it, checking in with each other, making sure we're doing okay, stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get our timer set for our first sprint. So I hope everyone has a great first sprint, and I will see you all on the other side of 50.